What is going on, everyone? Welcome to yet another Warski Live. I'm here, of course, with my co-host JF. Hey, JF, what have you been up to?
What I've been up to, Andy? I've been doing exactly what every American should do after our last show. I've been downloading porn. I've been stocking up on porn. Now that I know that there's some fascists in the alt-right who want to create a government that will control our porn, 1776 will commence again if you take away our porn.
Oh, fuck. I should start doing that too, eh?
Yeah.
Keep bidding some fucking Pornhub shit.
I have downloaded 1.33 million hours of porn. I will need multiple lives to go through this. I'm ready for a porn apocalypse. Are you, Andy? Are you?
A porn apocalypse. We'll call it, like adpocalypse. Porn apocalypse. So everyone in the chat, if you're watching right now, please download as much porn as possible from like Pornhub or whatever, because the porn apocalypse will be happening soon. All right. People thought a YouTube adpocalypse wouldn't happen, and look where we are now. So yeah, because last show, what the fuck? We'll talk about that in a second, but I want to introduce Baked Alaska. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, dude? What's up?
Yo, may I just say one thing before we start this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw a video, a clip online, you debating Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he had convinced you that me and a bunch of people who were debating Amos Yee were for child porn.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was debating Destiny just a little bit ago, and he said, oh, yeah, Andy Warski and JF, they're pro-pedophilia during that debate. And, you know, the thing is, I asked him several times, I said, like, are you joking? And he's like, no. And I asked him, I think, like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, are you serious? Because I don't think, you know, I've talked to you briefly, not too much, but I was like, I don't think that's something Andy would say or JF. And he was like, no, they absolutely said it. And then he really had a hard on for talking about JF. He was like going off. He was like, he's like molested some girl and he's like done all this, you know, and I'm just like, I don't know. It sounded like fake to me, but in my opinion, like, I mean, I'm a troll, I'm an internet troll, but there are certain boundaries. Like if someone asks you several times and it's like a serious thing, like you should be like, nah, man, I'm just fucking with you. But because there's no way he can really take that back from my stream. Like he definitely said those things about you guys.
Because the entire debate was me yelling at Amos Yee about how fucking children is wrong.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't be more clear in my stance. When I watched that clip, I'm like, oh my God. And then he's like, dude, I was just trolling him. I'm like, what are you fucking talking? Oh my God. So yeah, I want to clear that up, that I'm against fucking children.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's fucked up. It's like, yeah, let me swear on the Bible that, you know, Andy Warski is this awful pedophile, and then later, oh yeah, that was just a troll. Like, I don't know. It's not really. It doesn't really work like that.
Yeah. There's some things you could troll about, and some things where you should just shut your fucking mouth. I mean, if he joked about it and I'm just joking, all right, cool, whatever. But my God, that was fucked up. How did that whole debate go anyway?
No, it went well. It went well. So I'll reveal my secrets now that it's over. So, I mean, here's the thing with Destiny is he thinks he's this like master debater and all that, but I think he's not very smart. All he does is he just plays word games. He just like circles around people, but he doesn't actually debate them. He's just playing little games. So my strategy was, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go debate something really fucking stupid. So I went and debated Star Wars with him, and that was my tactic. And so that's what we talked about for the most part. So whenever he got into like, you know, some weird shit, I was like, dude, stay on topic. We're talking about Star Wars.
Wait. So you're talking about Star Wars, and then you're like, he's like, by the way,
yeah,
you know that's pedophile shit. What?
Yeah, the
it's
dude.
a great obsession of Destiny. It's really unhealthy for a grown man to be caring about my sexual life that much.
Yeah, and lying about me, and and JF and all that, man. He's fucked in the head. Yeah, but okay. So everyone, have you downloaded your porn? Just yeah, okay. Maybe people did. Not child porn. Don't pull an AMOC. Okay, please do not do that. Which, by the way, just real fast on AMOC. I'm not sure if you two are familiar with him, but did you see his last video? He was kicked out after his debate on my channel. Basically, he's with like a foster family. And they're like, yeah, we can't really have you here because we have other kids here. And, you know, a child protective services is throwing him out, basically. So his last video is just text saying, hey, guys, so I'm kicked out and I'm going to need a place to stay. But here are my conditions. I need to, rent has to be between $0 and $400. I need 24 hours. Access to be yelling for my videos, and like the list just went on, and I'm like, is this guy fucking trolling right now? So apparently he may be homeless right now. I don't know. So that's just very interesting. Which, by the way,
is a very sad case. He was locked up in a communist country, and we all thought that it was the communist country was the problem, but it turns out that he's the problem, and he's going to get in trouble even in a capitalist country. That's the sad truth about MOC. He's a troll for life, and he's going to damage his own mental health with this. I hope that he gets better. I'm worried for this guy, but it's not something I'm thinking about every day. I can sleep very well knowing that MOC is gonna end up with a dick up his ass for surviving one more week, for paying a McDonald's meal. But it's a sad thing, but it's what's gonna happen.
That's an expensive McDonald's meal. Getting fucked in the ass for a fucking Big Mac and a large
really
fry.
Want it.
Which actually, you know what? This leads actually perfectly into our topic of discussion today. But before that, I think, Bake, do you want to speak about something in particular, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to clear the air because, so just so people know, I've been, banned off Twitter permanently. And like people sort of take that for granted. They're like, yeah, just hit me up on Twitter DM. So I've been like trying to get a hold of Andy and different people by like email, by snail mail. And so it's been kind of hard. So I appreciate you bringing me on. But yeah, on one of your last streams, there's a guy named Tim. I'm not sure who that is, but I heard him slandering my name. So I got to clear it here. He said that I faked getting maced. And this is sort of a popular conspiracy theory on the left with people like Vic Berger and Tim Heidecker, actually even Seth Rogen. Like Seth Rogen was talking to me almost every day. He's like, that video of you getting maced is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, yeah, no, I'm not even joking.
Wait, Seth Rogen? What?
Yes, yeah, Seth Rogen was.
How, by email or what?
Twitter, no, on Twitter, Twitter DM. He followed me. Yeah, so like, for some reason, this video got out, like, and tons of A-list people, so many people that you wouldn't even think would be interested in this stuff were like looking at this and they're like, fuck you, Nazi, I hope you fucking die and all this shit. And so, and then there was a conspiracy theory that I faked getting maced to get attention, to get views on YouTube and to get likes and all this shit. And it's just the craziest thing that I've ever heard, so I went to a free speech rally. I went to Charlottesville, as many people know. I'm not a Nazi or anything like that. And
damn it, right off the show. Sorry, we only no. Just
I know you only have Nazis on here. Andy Gastamal,
Tim. Tim's actually funny. Funny enough, Tim's the biggest Nazi. Like honestly,
I bet. Yeah. No, he probably is. But for real, I mean, I don't know how. I guess it's weird having people say conspiracy theories about your own life when you experience them. It's just a really weird phenomenon for me. So I got like chemicals thrown in my face. I got bear maced, I believe it was, and had some other chemicals in there, and I got sent to the fucking hospital, dude. I spent days in the hospital. I had to go to an eye specialist in Los Angeles, like off air. If you don't believe me, I can show you all the bills.
Oh no, he said directly after the macing that you were like hanging out with fans and stuff.
No, absolutely okay. Not. No.
Why would he think that then? Why would he think that?
I have no idea why he would think that. Well, after I got attacked, and by the way, like break down all the politics of it, like all that. Like you can love me, hate me, but like I was literally live streaming, and I wasn't talking to anybody, and someone came up and fucking attacked me, threw chemicals in my eyes, like I don't know why anyone would be celebrating that. Like if someone I didn't like was put in the hospital and they're just live streaming, like that's fucked up. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, disgusting. Yeah.
So that's why it pisses me off. People like Tim and all that, they're like, ha ha ha, you know, all this stuff. So I mean, the only thing I can think of is there was a state of emergency called, so I wasn't able to get to the hospital until the next day. But I could barely open my fucking eyes, and I had to be carried out of the area because they said they were arresting people if you wouldn't leave. So I was carried, and then I had to walk several miles. So during that time, maybe I had my eyes closed, and there's people on the street that recognize me for sure. But so I mean, I might have taken a picture with someone with my like eyes fucked up, but like that doesn't discount what happened to me. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he did see some picture or something as I was walking and getting carried back to the hotel. But it was the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. So, yeah. And there's an actual conspiracy that they said I maced myself, and it wasn't real. But then a second camera angle came out later, and it clearly shows it was an Antifa guy, and he just puts the thing right up to my face and sprays me right in the eye, and then runs away. So. Yeah.
So, Becht, we often see you in rallies like this. What are your true political beliefs? Because you do a lot of trolling. So if you were to state positively, what is your political position right now?
Yeah, I don't like to use any labels. I used to call myself alt-right, and I still identify with a ton of alt-right beliefs for sure. But I don't like using any labels because what happens is the media, they pigeonhole you with a label. And so, the term alt-right has actually evolved over the years. And then so people say, oh, you're alt-right, and someone who says they're alt-right just, ran over a bunch of people. That's your fault. You're a fucking white supremacist or something like that. So just me personally, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being a part of a group or a collective or whatever. But me personally, I'm just a dude, man. I'm a nationalist. I'm an American. I care about free speech. And when I say free speech, I mean fucking full free speech. I'm not talking about this based mama Kilroy shit where you only get to say the things that you're comfortable with saying. No, I believe in free speech with people I fucking disagree with, people that make me cringe, people that make me mad. I support that free speech. As long as you're not calling for violence, then you should be able to say what you want to say. And I firmly believe that. I believe in nationalism. I believe we should be proud to be in America, and we should stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. If these people, come here, they're getting paid millions of dollars in the NFL, and they don't even want to stand to respect our flag and our military, I think that's disgraceful, and I think they should leave. I think sort of.
Are you white nationalist or just American nationalist?
I would say probably American nationalist. Once again, I don't really like labels. I believe we should have a white majority in our country. So to some people, they would say, oh, you're a white nationalist. But once again, like I said, the terms are tricky. I believe there should be a white majority. I think it could be like 75%. I think that's fine. I don't want to live somewhere where it's 100% white people. Like I'm friends with all sorts of different types of people. I can be friends with anyone. But what I do believe is if our country is 50% Mexican, like is it even America anymore? Like I don't think it is. And I look at, one of the things I always talk about is Japan. Japan is a great example. They have 98.4% ethnic Japanese people. And it's funny, I actually talked with Destiny about this. I brought that up and I said, so is Japan racist because they have a vast majority of ethnic Japanese people? And he's like, yeah, they're pretty racist. And I'm like, dude, they want to preserve their culture. I love Japanese culture and I don't want it to go away. If 50% of Indian people move to Japan, and the Japanese were sort of a minority or just not the majority, it wouldn't really be Japan anymore. And so I think it's important to, and it's a hard conversation for sure. And I'm a Christian. I feel bad for people for sure that don't have it well off, but I believe you have to take care of your own house before you can help other people, and your own house has to be in order. And so in that way, I think we need to just preserve different cultures and make sure they don't go away. I love America, and I don't want it to go away.
So you've been a manager on Milo Yiannopoulos' tour while he was really rising and at the top of the world in terms of public personality and controversial figure. I'd like you to tell us a little bit, how was your experience with him, and what happened at the end? Did you enjoy that part of your work with him?
Sure. Well, yeah. So yeah, a lot of people know that I was the tour manager for Milo. We did the Dangerous Faggot tour and all that. So I had a good experience.
I had no idea about that.
Oh, you did?
Jesus. No. Like I've seen you.
And you have to stop spending your mornings at the committee and do some research.
Yeah, thank God for JF here doing his research.
I have to tell people if they know the way. All right, that's my job up there. Okay. And doing impersonations. Sorry, no, but I've seen you on YouTube and I love your stuff. I actually never knew that you were the tour manager for Milo. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. Well, I've done a lot of stuff that's sort of risen me to fame. I used to be a Vine star. I used to be pretty big on Vine. I used to hang out with Logan Paul and Jake Paul. I know a lot of those guys as well. Yeah, I've done a lot of random.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ! All right, cool.
But the problem is I keep getting censored. So I keep getting censored on. So I'll name all the platforms I've been censored. I've been lifetime banned from Twitter, Periscope, PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, and Amazon. So I wrote a book and it got banned from Amazon. So. Yeah, I mean that's the crazy part. I'll go back to Milo in a second, but the crazy part is I really don't think I'm that like edgy of a guy. I think I enjoy comedy, I enjoy free speech, and I do not go along with the narrative like of people being politically correct or whatever. I just really hate that stuff. And if someone tells me to sort of be PC, I just like do the opposite. And so I think I've just pissed a lot of people off by doing that. But as far as like my views, if you go look on Twitter, there's people that like really are far right, way far right than me that are still on Twitter and even probably verified. So yeah.
When we spoke, I was like, I thought you were more alt-right, and then the more we were talking on emails, I was like, oh, this guy, he doesn't seem like that far alt-right. Why do you think they target you and not many alt-right people who are still on Twitter?
Yeah, well, the reason is that I believe is that because the real danger to their system is someone who is calm, collected, someone who's funny, someone who's likable, who's like, people can hang out with and just feel chill with. Someone who's like super scary and some like KKK guy, like that's not really appealing to anyone. Like, kids aren't really down with that or into that at all. So I think someone like me, I'm able to make memes and troll and do humor, and they're really afraid of that. And we saw that with Sam Hyde as well, who's one of my good friends. He got his show pulled off Adult Swim for who knows why. They just said, oh, he's alt-right, and so that's the reason why I think they come out.
So on my side, there's no question on free speech that you should be allowed to do anything you do, but do you put all the blame on the system, or would you recognize that you are a particular type of troll? I mean, I've seen some of your videos. You're fucking autistic, dude. You're insulting people on the streets. Like you're more autistic than me. Do you take part of the blame?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I do take part of the blame. I mean, I like to mock society, and I like to get a rise out of people, for sure. But yeah, I think we both sort of have some blame there. But at the end of the day, I've never called for violence. I've never done anything like that. You could look at I do stuff when I'm out on the street, we call it IRL streaming. So I do stuff like, if you've heard of Ice Poseidon or some of the other Asian Andy, some of the other IRL streamers, you know, I do stuff similar to them. They've done way cringier stuff. So the point of doing IRL streams is literally to just create really cringy environments and have sort of weird conversations with people. And you're out on a public street, so it's completely legal and all that. So the point is to actually be cringy and give people this awkward experience. That's the point.
Do you have an example?
Go ahead.
Do you have an example for the audience of probably like one of your most extreme trolls? Like what's one thing you did and you were like, oof?
Yeah, well, I did troll. I pretended I was dating Laura Loomer, and a lot of people on the alt-right got really pissed off about that because I previously got a week-long Twitter suspension for making a meme of her in a gas chamber. And so Twitter suspended me for a full week. And I was just messing around with her. But apparently, you know, people got pretty mad about that. It was just a little cartoon image, you know, just a little meme, just a little gas chamber meme. I think it's fun. I think we should be able to joke about anything, dude. Like let me give you an example. I'm a Christian. You know, it's perfectly okay to, you know, joke about Christians and to have upside down crosses and to make fun of Jesus. You know, you can put a cross in a jar of piss, and that's considered art. You know, Larry David can piss on a cross, and that's considered comedy, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. But if I'm gonna like make fun of Jews, or if I'm gonna make fun of Muslims or like some other religion, like they gotta take it too. I'm sorry, you don't get a little free pass just because you're a certain faith or you're a certain color. Like I believe in true equality as far as comedy goes. Like everything is on the table, and I just see a hypocrisy right now where there's these certain protected classes that you can't make fun of. So part of, I guess, my mission has been to break some of those taboos. And I've definitely been, you know, the sacrificial lamb, as you would say, in many of those cases. But I do believe I have been pushing the Overton window, and I've been allowing more people to be able to talk about these things and to joke about these things after I've sort of pushed the edge a little bit.
Going back to Milo, how was your interaction with him? And did some of the Milo troll came from you?
Well, I definitely helped. You know, I did book that huge Dangerous Faggot tour. I was a big part in creating him. You know, I used to run his social medias, his Twitter, his Vine channel, Instagram, stuff like that, set those up. So yeah, I had, when I first started out, I had a good experience with him. And I will always say, you know, Milo was sort of the guy that sort of got me on my red pill journey. Like I was a libertarian before I knew of Milo. And then I started seeing Milo and some other similar people. And I didn't really know what a social justice warrior was. And I was like, what is this shit? And sorry, this is going to blow Andy's mind. At the time, I was working at BuzzFeed. This was a couple years ago. And
what the fuck?
Yeah, I know people strip about that. Yeah.
Holy crap.
So I was working at BuzzFeed as a closeted conservative. They didn't know that I was like a Trump supporter at the time, and I had to just hide it. And then when I came out public that I was a Trump supporter, I just couldn't take it anymore. Because in the BuzzFeed office in Hollywood, they would openly talk about how they wanted to assassinate Trump, and like when Justice Scalia died, they had a party. They were like taking shots. They were like, yeah, that fucker died, fuck him. And like, yeah.
It's just as I imagined it. Like I always imagined it as a parody in there, but it sounds like it, yeah.
It's a complete like social SJW like cesspool. Like it is disgusting. And like I just needed a job, and I was running their Twitter because I'm good with social media. So I was running their Twitter and getting a paycheck. And then one day I just could not take it anymore. And I went in with my MAGA hat, and oh man, the looks I got that day, like literally people stopped inviting me to meetings. Like I just got the cold stare, and like it was not okay. it's 99.9% like super leftists, and it's just a really cringy, weird environment. But I digress. Anyway, so I was working there at the time, and I discovered Milo, and then they actually talked about this on Tucker Carlson. He read my story because there was a Business Insider piece about me, and they tell that I was at BuzzFeed, and when I figured out what a social justice warrior was when I was talking to an employee, and I was like, yeah, I love that new Justin Bieber album, dude. Justin Bieber is my spirit animal. And one guy was like, wait, what did you say, bro? The spirit animal? Like, you're fucking culturally appropriating my culture, man, and that's actually really offensive. And I'd really appreciate if you didn't say spirit animal anymore. And I like laughed, and I thought he was joking, dude. And he like wasn't fucking joking. And so that was like a light went on in my head. I'm like, something is wrong here. Like, they're censoring what you can say. Like I had no, ill intention of that. And then so I discovered Milo, and I was like, oh shit, he's been calling these people out for a while, and he's completely right about that. He's completely right about the wage gap being fake, third wave feminism, and all that shit. So he definitely was a pioneer in all those areas. So I ended up quitting BuzzFeed because I couldn't take it, and taking the job as Milo's manager. So I traveled around with him across the country. I met, President Trump. I got to meet Trump when I was with Milo, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, Trump. So I have a Trump tattoo. And so Trump actually signed my tattoo in San Diego.
Are you joking? Are you trolling me right now?
No, I'm not. You can ask the chat. I'm not trolling you. President Trump.
Because some people in your in the chat are like, yo, dude, he's just like trolling you right
now.
No.
Like, I swear to God, I'm being 100% honest.
I'm gonna wait for the tattoo picture before I confirm not troll.
You want me to show you right now? You want me to take this off?
Yeah.
Okay,
I fucked Mike Khalifa.
I'm gonna get naked right now. Let's do this. Nah, I got this tattoo right here, dude. Right, make America great again, right there.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, right there. You all see that? Yeah, that's right.
All right, we are talking
I got the world's evidence. I got the world's first "Make America Great Again" tattoo. I got this back when there was 16 candidates, and I didn't even know if Trump was gonna win. And so all my friends, they were like, "Dude, you're a fucking idiot, man! Like, Trump might not even win." And I was like, "Nah, I know he's gonna win. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is." And then I ended up getting a job with Milo, and we went and met Trump, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta show Trump my tattoo. So I'm like, yo, Trump, check this out. Shook his hand, and he's like, wow. He signs my tattoo. So there is a famous picture. It was taken by the press. There's a picture of it. So I'll send that to you by email after the show.
Please tell me he was like, that's huge. That's huge.
He didn't say that was huge. He was just like, wow, that's really cool. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I can find it.
Oh wait, people are saying it's a Sharpie.
So were you with Milo up to the end where it's
not
like
a Sharpie? No. See, okay, so my fans love to troll as well. So now they're like trolling you guys into belief. This is not a Sharpie, dude. This is
low energy.
Every live
low
show
energy.
Before every time. Like pen the tattoo on my arm. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's great, dude. Yeah. So continue with the Milo stuff. This is really interesting, dude.
Yeah. So then I worked with Milo. We had a good time. We traveled around. We did the RNC. We did a ton of stuff on the election trail. But then I ended up having some personal differences with him. So me and Milo are not friends. We have not spoken in a long time, and yeah, we just things didn't work out between us. So in my opinion, I don't want to go too much into detail, but I just think now I still appreciate what he did for me and all that, but I feel like now he's sort of a selfish guy, and he's a diva, and he's just sort of just all in it for himself, and he doesn't really care about the movement, as you would call it, or moving things forward.
Beg Taraska took 2 years to understand that Milo was a diva and a self-interested person. I could have told you that.
I'm a slow learner, dude. I'm from Alaska. We learn very slowly, okay?
Wow,
I might be slightly autistic. I don't know. A lot of people told me I need to get an autism test, and I really thought about it, but I haven't gotten the official test yet. But that is here we go. So here, let me, shit, you got to put this on the screen. This is epic right here.
You can put it in the chat and the Hangout. Now, concerning your book, I'm impressed that Amazon has banned your book. So what was the content? What do you think triggered that ban?
So I actually got sued by Matt Fury, the guy who created Pepe. So the guy, I had a pic. Oh yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
That's Donald Trump.
It's a back shot though, so this is probably a troll. That's probably
that's probably a body double. But you know, it does say Business Insider.
Yeah, this is not baked Alaska.
No,
this guy is much fatter.
Oh man. Oh, you guys are starting more conspiracy theories here. This is fucking terrible, man. Holy shit. People are gonna be like, oh man, I love it.
Yeah.
What were we saying, Milo? What were we talking about? I lost my train of thought there.
Oh yeah, we were talking about your book. So what was the reason for your book to be banned?
Yeah, so there was a picture of Pepe on the front, but we redrew the Pepe, and it wasn't Matt Fury's Pepe. It was just like our own original Pepe the Frog. We put it on the cover, and then we got sued by Matt Fury, the guy who created the original Pepe, and he did some sort of like cease and desist type letter to Amazon, and then they didn't even like they didn't even ask me. They just took my book down. But it's just a series of, and it's funny because like I've just been banned, and then finally like the Kilroy thing was the thing that I was like, oh, here, like I wasn't even surprised. I was like, okay, I got banned again, and it ended up actually being like a really good thing for me because like people like Andy and different people that didn't even know me started standing up for me. They're like, well, why the fuck are you banning people from a free speech thing? And I've been banned permanently for life from Twitter. So I think I have a pretty important voice to speak about censorship and about free speech. So I do have to say thank you to everyone out there and to you guys for standing up for me in that instance.
And by the way,
so Andy is going to read some super chats, but I'd like to come back to that subject. I'd like to hear you on the question of should the First Amendment be applied to Twitter and YouTube, and should they be forced to respect freedom of speech? Andy, you had some super chats?
Yeah, but I want to say one thing real quick. Thank you to Baked Alaska and also James Allsup. I was on the fence with the Kilroy thing by seeing suspicious behavior the entire time for a few months, which is why I didn't sign the
5-year contract.
Yeah. So it was James Allsup's video talking about you and faith and all that was the thing that clicked, and the next day was the stream day that I had where I started questioning things live, and then Medicare jumped in, and then that's when he started asking a bunch of more questions that like fucking opened up the floodgates, and now we see like what it was actually about. So thank you for that. That was fucking, that was awesome, dude. I'll read, of course, all the super chats at the end, like we always do on post show. But for now, a few people here. Fam, $20. Thank you very much. Warski, if you want to do blood sports, try getting Chapo Trap House versus the alt-right. Skeptics and
yes, Chapo Trap House. Okay, Chapo Trap House is like basically like an Antifa podcast. They fucking hate me. They like dedicate their whole lives to like dumping on me and also and different people in the alt-right. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, I'll write that down for sure. And it says skeptics and destiny are low-hanging fruit for the alt-right and are just too dumb. Sorry. Where was the one? Oh, here it is. Pop TV. What's going on, dude? $50 Holy shit, man. Thank you so much. And you've been a supporter of the show for a long time. He just writes, Destiny looks like the kind of person who eats mac and cheese with ketchup. I kind of may do that as well. Bradley Lorenko, an old friend of mine from high school, $10. What's up, buddy? And thank you very much, man. And Lastly, for now, white male, $10. It's really unfair that Baked Alaska got banned from Twitter while David Duke and Richard Spencer still have Twitter accounts. It seems like Twitter is picking on people with a smaller following. Maybe that has to do with it too, you know, like it's just easier to remove you, whereas removing someone who's bigger might trigger
I had a bigger following. I had 200,000 and I was verified. Yeah.
And you were verified.
Yeah, I was verified, and I've had several #1 top trending hashtags on Twitter. I was the creator of the Trump Cup. Did you hear when people went around to Starbucks and they said their name was Trump? Yeah, so I created that movement. That was all over. That was on CNN, USA Today. That was on everything. So I created that. I did Trump Girls Break the Internet. I've had a ton of big things. So no, I think it's that I was getting too big. I think some of the smaller accounts they don't really care about. But when someone gets too big and they're actually like, I've had people, like I said, Seth Rogen would literally talk to me every single day, and he's like, "You're fucking funny, man." Like that is dangerous to them. They don't like that my ideas and my sense of humor was starting to get towards the mainstream. They really did not enjoy that.
Also, I'll say that even if Richard Spencer would be placed farther on the right, let's say, than Baked Alaska, I don't think they choose by how far you are on the right. I think that one tip I give to everyone on the alt-right on Twitter to survive is don't engage too much. And I think this is what Richard Spencer is doing. I think Baked Alaska was much more involved, much more generating mean memes. And so if you step back a little bit, don't give them a single reason to ban you.
Oh, and real fast, Sentient Scarecrow through $10. When will you be back on your Discord? We're planning a meeting, and Chris talked this week, and we're going to be doing it next week. But apparently, people are actually who are actually Nazis are starting shit, abusing your members and talking about killing people. What the fuck is going on? I leave my Discord alone, and this is what fucking happened. I will be back tomorrow with Chris. I'm going to talk with him tomorrow, and we will fix that ASAP. I am sorry if that is happening. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I mean, crazy shit happens in my Discord too. It's like you leave your Discord for 24 hours and then it's just a whole shithole. So I totally can relate to that.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, sorry.
And to be clear, if anyone is a fan of mine, please do not be going and harassing Andy's fans or anyone's fans for that matter. I do not approve of that.
Yeah. The one thing I want to say to everyone, no matter who we talk to or what we discuss or whose side we are on, obviously some criticism is fine, but like just being overly racist, threatening people, just harassing constantly over and over and over, it's fucking annoying, and there's no need for that. Though a lot of people who've been watching the show have been very nice to the people like Tim and stuff who have been on and haven't been harassed a lot from what I know. So thank you for everyone for just chilling. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Sorry, JF, you wanted to ask something? What was the thing?
Yeah, so if you're done with the super chats, I was wondering, Baked Alaska, would you support constraining YouTube and Twitter and the social media pages into not being able to ban people, not having a TOS and being forced to allow free speech to the extent that it's allowed by the First Amendment?
Yes, I actually am in favor of that, and I will explain why. I believe that there's been a monopoly with these sort of services because and they sort of are in the realm of public utilities now. I think you should be able to do pretty much or say pretty much anything unless you are asking for violence or something like that. But you know, the most powerful man in the most powerful nation on earth, arguably, you know, our president, Donald Trump, you know, what is the first method of communication he uses to get out to the masses of people? Does he write a letter? Does he do a press release? No, he tweets. That is the most powerful man on earth. The first thing he does to get out to the people is he tweets. And so if you think back of what, you know, presidents used to do, maybe they use the post office, or maybe they used a carrier pigeon or whatever, that would sort of be like, banning someone from using the post office, or, turning off someone's electricity because you didn't like their views, or turning off their water, and et cetera. So that's how I see it. In today's day and age, I don't think you can argue that I'm at a significant disadvantage not being allowed to have a Twitter. And I've tried to make more and more accounts, and I'm IP banned. I think I've tried to make 20 accounts. They got my IP, they got my hardware banned. Like, I've tried from different computers. They somehow have like all my phone numbers and email addresses banned. It's really a bummer. And that I've actually lost probably 75% of my Rolodex, people, celebrities that I would talk to all the time. I'm not able to contact them anymore. So it has put a huge damper on my business life and my career. And I mean, what public, I'm a public figure. I get recognized all the time. So what public figure, entertainer, comedian, or whatever doesn't want to have social media, doesn't want to have a Twitter where you can tell people what you're doing? They banned my Periscope as well, so I can't live stream and get my word out there. And the reason I think they're a monopoly is because before they said, oh, you don't like Twitter, you don't like the rules? Okay, just make your own social media. And they said, make your own right-wing social media or whatever. So we did that. We actually did that. And we have a site called Gab, which I use now instead of Twitter. But here's the thing. Gab was banned from the Apple iTunes store, and it was banned from the Google Play Store. So you literally cannot have an app to use Gab, which is basically a Twitter clone. So they say that we can, compete with these left-wing, these tech companies run by left-wing people, but we actually cannot compete with them. They won't allow us on the platform. So right now, Gab is restricted to a website-only version of its site, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I think if we saw a more free market system, and it was like, yeah, anybody can have their own Twitter, and there's a million different versions of Twitter, then I would say, sure, you can have your own rules. I'll just go on a fucking another one that you can download on iPhone. But it just isn't like that. There is a leftist monopoly in technology.
I like the argument that you make. Yeah, go ahead.
People in the chat were being like, oh, don't be a cuck about like not harassing people. Look, if you want to meme or joke around, like, I'm not stopping that. I'm saying like threats, like, you know what I mean? Like actual, yo, this is starting to get dangerous. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, don't be malicious. I totally agree with you there. Like, I'm all for trolling. I love
trolling.
It's amazing. But don't be like maliciously targeting people and like making their lives terrible. Like that's not fun for anybody. Because I've been at the reverse end of that. Like, I've been doxxed. My people doxed my parents. They were, calling my parents, telling them they were Nazis in Alaska, which they have nothing to do with anything I do. And it's
James
terrible.
Also.
So I agree.
What's up, guys?
Yo, what up, James?
Hey,
how you doing?
What up, dude?
Good, dude. Thanks.
A big thank you to you for your fucking video. That was the video that like broke the camel's back about Kilroy. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here?
What a mess, dude. That whole thing was so disappointing too, because it sounded so good, right? To get all these people who knew each other from the internet to get us all to a place and talk about these important issues, it sounded freaking awesome. But unfortunately, like, the more we heard about it, the more we heard from these people, it was just, deeply concerning, to say the least, about what was going on.
Yeah, man. You like ironed out all the details so perfectly, and I was like, all right, this is fucked. So that's fucking,
well, dude,
that's cool.
I got to give you credit too, because you were holding Base Mama accountable for all that stuff. She just had nothing to say. I think my favorite part of your stream was when you were talking to her, and she was saying that, oh, we're full of people, we couldn't add any more people. And then you're like, okay, if that's true, then why are you still inviting more people to be part of this event? Yeah. Like, why do people like Baked Alaska get dropped if you're still like adding people on? Made no sense.
Man, the lies just built up so much, and I was just like, all right, this is fucking bullshit. And the pay thing too, by the way, where she's like, we're paying people $20,000, and then Christina Hoff Summers is like, I made 1,000. What the fuck is this? So all exposed. That was beautiful. How you doing anyway, man?
I'm doing good, man. I just launched the episode of my podcast. I got the second episode. I'm doing a daily show now. Taking a page from your work ethic. You and JF here holding it down really well, and and doing the regular content. So yeah,
Thanks,
launch my
man.
podcast. It's doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, and by the way, people are asking, Baked, when is the Alora versus Jim?
Okay, so it was supposed to be Tuesday, but Base Jimbo is MIA. He's missing in action here. I've not heard back from him. So he said he was on the Destiny show with me on my channel, and I asked him there, I said, will you debate Laura Loomer? And he said, absolutely. Tell me the time, tell me the place, I will be there. And then so I got Laura Loomer to agree, and she gave me several times, but I have not heard from Jim. So if anyone could maybe send Jim a nice tweet and ask him when he could get back to me, that'd be great, because it's ready to go.
Jim missing from the internet. He must have gone to the bathroom for the first time in years.
I think I heard he had like the flu, or maybe he had the flu or something.
Oh yeah, everyone's saying he was sick. Yeah, all right, that makes
sense.
Okay,
well everyone, if anyone talks to Jim, tell him to hit me up, because Laura Loomer's ready to go, and they're gonna Laura Loomer and her tire are ready for some blood sports.
All right, so now that we have James and Baked Alaska, it would be good to ask about the future of politics and of commenting on YouTube. Okay, we're there. We're in 2018. White nationalism has become less of a taboo, and within our communities, it's something we can talk about. The alt-right has progressed enormously. Now, what do you guys see for your future involvement? If I was to ask you your dream for the next decade, where do you want to see the country go?
Yeah, I'll start there. I think what I would like to see, I'm sure James has a more complex, interesting answer. But what I would like to see mainly is, one, I would like to see real free speech happen in our country. We're one of the last countries that actually allows free speech. You look in Europe right now, and there's an incredible crisis with what you can say, even online. I've seen people that have been arrested for questioning the Holocaust. I've seen people arrested for saying things about immigrants or about Muslims. And while, even if I don't agree 100% with all of those, they definitely should not be censored and banned and arrested. I mean, I'm saying people are getting arrested for tweets. Like, that is for an opinion. I think that's fucking insane. So I would like to see a lot of people, not just on the right, but all together, just really stand up for free speech in our country. That's something that's really important for me this year. And I already see it happening. I mean, if you were to tell me the #1 video on YouTube would be Andy Worski and JF hosting Richard Spencer, I would say, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, that would never happen. So I think already in 2018, we are seeing more people just have a conversation. If you think someone is stupid or their ideas are stupid, you don't just ban them all day. Why don't you bring them on and talk to them? And then if you talk to them and you still think that they're an idiot, then sure, you can have that opinion. But what we saw happen a lot in 2017 is all these people trash on a lot of people on the alt-right or on the right wing, and they never even let them speak. They never even let them say a single sentence. And I just think that's terrible. We need to do better. We need to do better on that. Also, the other main points for me is immigration. Like I said before, I think we should be a white majority country. If I were to give a number, I'd say like 75% is fine. Just keeping the majority so we stay America. That's how our country was founded. It was founded as a European majority. It doesn't mean I don't want some other people here who want to live the American dream. That's totally fine. But I don't want to be a minority in my own country. And I think we see a lot of resentment and a lot of things against white people. You BuzzFeed and all these Marxist publications put out things of 10 reasons why white people suck and all that. And I just don't see things going well if white people end up being a minority in America. I see it being fucking awful. And you see, once again, I sort of see Europe as being like, the test rat for a lot of these ideas. You see terrible crises, and you see, the rape numbers going up 10,000% in cities in Sweden and places, Germany, places where things used to be really, really calm and really fun, and you would go there to visit. Like when I think about visiting Paris and I don't even fucking want to go there anymore because of everything I see going on, all the crime. And I know there was a mainstream, I think Face the Nation or something, went to Sweden, and like their camera crew literally got attacked because there's just gangs of refugees coming in. So I take a hard stance. I would like to halt basically all immigration, about 90% of it, for 10 years. I know that seems like a hardline situation, but I believe we've been way too nice. And so we need to do something to sort of halt all that bad stuff coming in. And I would just like to see people get along and like just have fun. I think 2018, I want people to have fun, stop being so serious, be able to laugh, be able to make fun of each other in a friendly way. And like the internet used to be so fun, and lately, last year, it got so fucking serious. So that's basically my
So on the question of immigration, do you think that Americans have settled for too little when Trump just said we're going to make a 90-day ban of some countries and they voted for him? Do you think that's, I don't think Trump was dishonest in this, but do you think that they've somehow America has been fooled into taking the only option, which is a form of moderate immigration, that it's still too high for many Americans, but Trump being the only choice, they went for him, even if in the end he's not able to offer a true immigration reform that would protect the American people?
Yeah, can I jump in there?
Fast. Sorry, America said he's gonna DM you right now. All right.
I don't have Twitter. What do you mean DM?
Oh, email. All right, everyone who's talking to America right now, email. His email.
And I'll say my email here. Hopefully a troll doesn't email me, but it's bakedalaskacomedy@gmail.com.
No one send him a dick pic.
No one
please.
send me dick pics, please.
No dick pics.
So James, on the immigration question.
Yeah, so, it's interesting to talk about immigration because in America today, in modern America, we think of immigration just as a given, like, oh, it's going to happen anyways, nothing we can do about it, nation of immigrants, melting pot, la, la, la. The Statue of Liberty poem by Emma Lazarus saying, give us your tired and hungry and poor and everything, is almost like a founding document to many people. It's like a living text that guides our daily life. But the thing is, that isn't true. If you think back in American history, in 1790, we actually passed the first Naturalization Act that restricted citizenship to the words back then were free white people of good character. Now, we passed similar naturalization acts up until 1880 was the 1880 Immigration Act. We didn't have an Immigration Act in this country until the 1800s because the vast overwhelming majority of immigrants were coming from Europe. It was just understood that people immigrating here would be of European descent. So in 1882 was the first immigration law we passed, and it was the Chinese Exclusion Act. Our first immigration law as a country was to ban Chinese from coming here. And the reason for that was they were coming in to the Western U.S. and working on the railroads for much less money than any of the Americans could work for. There was a bunch of young, single Chinese men coming over, working on the railroads, building them, sending the money back home in remittances, and then leaving the Americans with no jobs. Many of the Americans who had gone west to prospect or homestead and things hadn't worked out, they didn't have any way to support their families anymore. So they were screwed. And so what the federal government did is they said, okay, we're going to step in and protect these Americans who are out west, ban the Chinese from coming here. So our first act as a country, our first immigration act as a country was actually to crack down on immigration. And then again, that was in 1882. And then again in 1924, we had the Johnson-Reed Immigration Act, which banned immigration from most Eastern European countries. Of course, we did that because we were concerned about the Russian Revolution, which happened in 1917. And the leaders of the Russian Revolution, Trotsky and Lenin, were of a certain globalist, rootless, transnational, international ethno-religion. So we were concerned about Eastern Europe, so we banned people from there. So up until 1960, we've been passing further restrictive immigration policies in this country. It wasn't until 65 that we had this idea that we need to open our gates to the world. So, you think about that, you think that, okay, for the first, what would that be, 180 years of American history, we were, cracking down on immigration, and it's only in the recent 50 years we've been expanding it. Well, Americans have gotten comparatively poorer, and things have been going worse for America ever since. We have fewer jobs now. Our college graduates today are making less than their parents did when they're getting out of college, adjusted for inflation. Things are pretty rough. We think we need to solve the problems in our country first before we keep allowing people from other countries to come here and make more problems for us.
Now, my question to Beck Alaska was more about, you're a fan of Trump, but you can see that Trump is not adopting the immigration policy that you're talking about. And so do you feel disappointed? Do you feel Trump is just like the best option, the least worst possible option?
I think Trump is the best president we've had in a long time. I love, like, obviously I love Donald Trump. I got a tattoo of him. But yeah, it doesn't mean I love every single policy he's doing. I would like to see him be much stricter on immigration. I would like for him to not bring in the DACA, Dream Act people. I think they need to go back. So yeah, he's not as strict as I would like, but I am pretty satisfied with the job he's doing, and I think he is taking some of the right steps in that direction. I know recently he banned 200,000. I forget what country they were from, but he told them they had to go back because was it Venezuela or something like that?
El Salvador.
El Salvador, yeah. Yes. So 200,000 Salvadorians have to go back now because and they've been staying here for, I believe, 17 years because of like a tragedy, like some like earthquake tragedy. But that was 17 years ago, and they had a limited sort of visa or program or something like that. And I think he's being way too lenient. He said they have I believe 18 months to go back. So I think Trump is actually being more lenient than he should be. And the funny thing is, he's super lenient, and I would agree with you that a lot of his policies are sort of moderate. They're not even super right wing. And then still the media comes after him and they're like, wow, he's literally Hitler. So I guess my stance on that is, if they're going to already call you literally Hitler, you might as well be Hitler. Not actually Hitler, but I mean, they're going to hate the guy anyways. So he might as well take maybe some stricter stances on immigration.
Now, on a point earlier brought by Beck Alaska about opening the dialogue and getting SJWs and alt-righters to talk together, we tried this, Andy, and you've had an interaction with Taryn, I believe, a transsexual who could have come on the show, and she's been tweeting about you. What's happening?
Wait, what?
I've had enough. I have been, dude, like, okay, so, all right, just quick explanation.
Is this your stalker or something?
No, Theron Myers, the trans woman who has like an accent. I don't know what it is.
I don't really know. She.
And actually, she was on the debate on, what's her face? On Lauren Southern's channel, remember? And then her and I think Nick Fuentes, or however you say his name, sorry, they like went at it really hard there. So Theron has been for 2 weeks just bashing me on Twitter, just being outraged. Why is Andy platforming people who I don't agree with? Just like all this bullshit and talking shit. So I'm like, whatever. So I wake up this morning to a confirmed debate on this channel that I had no idea what was happening. So I think it was Nick had tweeted out, I challenge Theron Meyer to a debate on Worski's channel, and tagged me, right? So they're talking back and forth publicly, and then she announces, okay, so I will do this under one condition. All the super chat money is donated to the LGBT whatever a charity or whatever. So like 100% of it. And they're like, okay. And then everyone starts tweeting out, I'm getting my popcorn ready. And I just woke up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, so I was on the Kumite this morning and I was just questioning. I'm like, wait, she's been bashing me for 2 weeks. And now she sets up a debate on my channel and then makes a condition that all the money goes to a charity. I don't know what it is. I don't know, like at all. And she's been bashing me, saying she doesn't want to be on my channel. So on Kumite, I was like, no, like, hey, if you want to discuss stuff, DM me and we'll fucking talk about whatever. And then she goes, she just tweeted like before the show, oh my God, see, Andy doesn't want to give to charity and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're fucking blackmailing me, forcing me to have a show that I didn't set up for money that you don't know where this money goes, who I pay, what taxes I pay, how much YouTube or my agent takes, or any of this bullshit. And now you're trying to guilt trip me into fucking having yours. If you care about charity so fucking much, Theron, do it on your show. Hey, and look what, I'll promote it. I'll be like, hey, she's doing a charity stream. Go watch that debate. I don't fucking mind. Fucking DM me before you start fucking trying to fucking lambast me. And secondly, if you fucking hate the show, oh yeah, her last tweet was like, oh, he doesn't want to give to charity, but I don't want to give him money because I hate what he's doing. Then why the fuck do you want to do it on my channel, you dummy? She's been like for months now, the past 6 months, constantly bashing me. And now I'm going to fucking bend over and take it? Go. And if you want to talk about this, DM me privately. I'm in private like normal people do when doing a business transaction. Are you fucking kidding me? And then now I'm supposed to feel like bad? Fuck off, man. Are you kidding me? And what, like Nick?
There's a complete denial. There's a complete denial of your need to do a business out of it. Of course, you need to live from your YouTube channel. So giving away to charity is not a solution in the long term. Also, I will say that I would have difficulties participating to a stream where parts of the super chat money potentially goes to chopping dicks somewhere in Canada.
Ooh, lad.
But are you some kind of bigot, JF? I can't believe you're such a bigot. It's the current year, man. Get with the times.
I'm a man. I have the dick, and I cannot picture myself contributing monetarily to more dicks being cut.
Yeah, and also, if we're doing this, then wouldn't I give Nick some money for his charity of his choice? Like what? It's all about Theron. Fuck off. And she stinks at debating. All right, if we're gonna be personal here, you stink at debating. You get all fucking no. She like if you watch any of her debates, instead of like being like, oh, I disagree, or even being heated, she just starts yelling, "You fucking stink! Why would you do it?" And you're like, whoa, we're talking here. This is how you fucking talk as adults. And if you get heated, that's fine, but you just yell. All right, and then she fucking a lambasted fucking roaming millennial for having Spencer on and having like an interview with him. Get out of here there and tone police your own goddamn channel. Have your charity streams. No one's stopping you. Fuck off.
Well, yeah,
Andy, don't you know that just because he's a transgender, you are obligated to work for free, spend your time, use your resources to give them a platform because they're trans. And if you don't, you're just a bigot.
Yeah, and I bet you if I gave any money to any charity of someone she disagreed with, it'd be like tweets and fucking a video about me, and like it's just she's always just on my ass every goddamn day.
Were you saying that she was complaining that I was on the show today?
No, she was complaining when she started her fucking rampage, or I guess was after the Spencer Sargon thing, and now she wants me to help promote her channel and fucking do this and her charity.
That you want to bring on your channel, dude. Like you this person who's totally not connected to you. You should change your whole schedule around, and like whatever he, furry, I don't know, wants on the show, you should definitely do that, man.
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, if she had DM'd me like, hey, I have an awesome idea, maybe I take 20% and give to charity, maybe we can talk about this. But publicly, now you're just like, it's just like, why would I even... First of all, 2 weeks of bashing me, why would I want you on the show? And now publicly putting me on blast, and everyone's like, see, Andy's just doing this for the fucking money. But then she's mad when I said I would pay some people to be on the show. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want from me, Theron. I honestly don't. You're just always crazy. And also, I don't know if anyone knows this, she had a show with ContraPoints and Blair White in Vancouver. I think Blair White didn't respond to her DMs for a few days, and she's like, well, you know what? I guess this is canceled, and they threw Blair off the bill, and Blair's just like, whoa, hang on, I missed your DM. Sorry, I've been busy. And then she's like, well, I'm like, stop snapping at people.
I think maybe
Be
Theron
a gentleman.
has a crush on you or something. The way she's acting, I think Theron might have a low-key crush on you, Andy.
That's gay, Baked. That's gay.
I don't know.
And sorry to interrupt, but I have a massive announcement that just happened. This is breaking news, guys, that just happened here. Okay, I just got word from Base Jimbo and Laura Loomer. They both contacted me, confirmed this Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're having Laura Loomer versus Mr. Medicare. So get stoked for that.
And all the money is heading to LGBTQ. Anything raised has to go to whatever charity he doesn't like.
All the money is going to the ADL and the SPLC.
All right, awesome. Jeez.
Definitely.
Good.
Man,
This
is going to be wild. This is because if you guys don't know, the back history between Mr. Medicare and Laura is basically Jim has sort of BTFO'd Laura with these Tiregate videos, and like he made a lot of compilation videos about Laura that were pretty funny, but she was pretty pissed off about them. So this is the first time that they're gonna sort of talk face to face. It's gonna be pretty wild.
I have some news to add on that story, Baked. So the Tiregate, you know, the historical Tiregate tweet that if you don't stand with me in my tire tweet,
yeah,
that was in response to me DMing Loomer and telling her that, like, hey, look, I've worked on cars my whole life. This is not a slash. And then she blocks me, and then she tweets, if you don't stand with me in my tire, I'm not going to stand with you.
Yeah, that's
so.
I feel like I owe Worski like a royalty check or something, because he sort of like came up with this format of like the blood sports in 2018.
Yeah.
So I mean, tell me where to mail the check to, dude.
Hang on. I have to give credit where it's due, and I've been promoting this show all the time. It was Tonkasa, the morning Kumite. He gets people on who hate each other, and they just blood sport it out. And I think he was getting around like 50 viewers per show. And when that whole Kraut thing happened and the Kilroy thing, I was on that show every morning and promoted his show. Now he's getting 1,000 viewers minimum on the show, and he still has. So he's like internet blood sports, but minus a moderator. And there's no muting. There's no mute button. There's no kicking people at all. It's whoever leaves. Whoever stays. I am 6-0 on there, by the way.
Yeah. Could I get some advice real quick? So now that you know, some live little coaching here. So what is your advice, Andy? Actually, so when you bring people on, I notice sometimes you chime in, sometimes you don't. Like what do you think is the best method to like stay a moderator, but like also be a part of it?
Well, here's what I do. People have been asking, hey, why aren't you moderating better? What I always say is let it heat up a little bit. If they're getting snappy at each other, let it just, like bubble a little bit. Like, don't let it get like ridiculous. And when it does, stop it there. But let the blood pour. People are there not only for debate. They want to see these people at least show their true emotions to each other. Or else it's just going to be like a regular, like, all right, you have 5 minutes. All right, now you have 5. And it just gets a little bit dull. But don't let it get too far. So just let it sizzle,
Okay.
Someone on the chat says, let JF do it. That's what Andy does.
I help out. Shut up. All right, guys. I try.
The secret is making sure that one of the guys in the debate. Oh, sorry. The secret is making sure one of the guys in the debate has their mic gain turned all the way up, like Bronx Blogger did with Enoch. That's how you have a good.
That was the hardest show. Hardest show to do, because my finger was just on that mute button while dealing with everything else I was dealing with. I'm like, holy, I swear to God, I'm gonna buy him a $20 mic. Like, dude, you need something. I know you don't believe in capitalism, but just take my fucking $20 and buy a basic mic.
Yeah, I felt bad. I was doing this the Richard Spencer and Spino debate, and Spino started talking shit about millennial woes, and so I wanted him to have a chance to respond, and I was going to wait to tell him that, but I sent him the link before I was able to say, hold on a second. Then he literally just jumped in. It was like The Shining, he just jumped through the wall, and he was like, what the fuck, someone mentioned my name, what the fuck, dude? And so I felt bad that I was teaming up on him. I was like, dude, that was not my intention at all. And I wanted to keep it fair, but yeah, go get water.
I think you have some water. I'm gonna have some water. Be right back, guys.
All right.
You have to let space for your guests, because we saw in the Spencer Sargon of Akkad debate, these guys knew what they were doing. And you also need to know the level of your guests, because people like Sargon and Spencer, they will not swirl into a very low level insults. So when it gets heated, they are controlling it and they know what they're doing. Spencer started with, "Oh, you're being autistic, Sargon," and then he calmed down. So that was just to trigger him, and it can be part of the strategy. Now, if you're dealing with low-key YouTubers who are unknown, they probably don't know about this kind of stuff. So these guys, you need to guide them a little more.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have nothing, Richard. You have nothing, Richard.
Oh, that's a good Sargon imitation.
Did you see there was a Murdoch episode about Sargon in your debate? Did you see that, JF?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to watch these episodes. It's ununderstandable. Who the fuck is creating this crap? I'm sorry, I know that there are thousands of people liking it, but Jesus Christ, learn some storytelling, Murdoch. I cannot even... I'm part of the episode and I can't even understand your stuff.
It's sort of an acquired taste. It's like, I would say it's sort of like the alt-right version of South Park. It's like supposed to be sort of shit tier quality and all that. I think it's pretty funny though.
Yeah, it's like
now the chat is getting triggered. They're like, shots fired. JF attacked Murdoch. What will happen with me? Will I be disavowed by the Nazi community?
You might be. You might. Yeah. You don't. Murdoch is one of the sacred cows that you just don't attack. You might want to roll that one back.
I'm not rolling it back. I don't care if tomorrow the Nazi Party of America writes a press release saying we disavow JF. This French guy was not who we thought he was. So are both of you religious? Baked Alaska said you were a Christian. James, are you religious?
So I was raised in a variety of churches, going to churches my whole life, usually non-denominational ones. But as I got older, not that old, but as I got into my teens, you could say 13, 14, 15, I started to find that the answers the church was giving for things weren't exactly cutting it for me. I had more questions about theology and about whether everything in the Bible was to be taken literally. For example, that was one of the things that really made me question was, are all these Bible stories supposed to be literal? So I started asking a lot of questions and didn't really find the answers that made sense to me. So I've since drifted away from the church. However, I would not consider myself atheist. I don't like that label. That's too much like, Cult of Dusty type stuff and cringy, like weird shit on YouTube. I consider myself to be, and people are going to accuse me of copping out here, and I get it. It's fine, of being a cultural Christian, where I think that the morality and the commandments that are taught in the Bible are good things, and that society functions better when more people are Christian than are not. I think when America was something like 80% Protestant and 10% Catholic and then 10% non-religious, I think we were much better off, because the morality taught in Christianity essentially fits right in with Greco-Roman values and with the values that make up the American social contract. Don't steal, don't kill, don't covet your neighbor, don't do all these things that are detrimental to society. So I think that when the American people or when European people are guided by these principles, society is much better off. So although I don't go to church, although I don't pray, although I don't read the Bible religiously, I do believe that Christianity is a very positive social force, or has been throughout history. Now, modern Christianity, maybe not so much, but historically it has been a positive force.
I'm pretty much where you're at. I've been brought up as a Catholic, and I learned a lot from the Bible and the commandments and the principles that Jesus teaches are great. I consider myself an atheist Catholic in the sense I don't believe in God, but I've been heavily influenced by the Catholic religion. So back to Alaska, I was wondering, do you truly believe in God, or do you adhere more to the cultural teachings of Christianity?
No, I do believe in God. God is a part of my life. He is important to me. And I grew up Christian, but I did fall away from my faith for a while. I was sort of like agnostic, atheist sort of thing. Just didn't none of it made sense for me. But a big part of me coming back to my faith was I got sober a few years ago, stopped drinking alcohol and doing drugs. And so that was just sort of an awakening that I had. And it was, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, it is still, there's difficult things that I don't know. There's some things where I'm like, okay, I can't prove God. I can't be like, look, here's the evidence for God. And that's why I'm able to get along with, it doesn't trigger me or anything if someone doesn't believe in God, but the personal experiences that I've had and all the different things that have happened in my life, I don't believe can be coincidences. I just don't. And through prayer and through things that have been healed in my life, I believe in God, and I believe that it is incredibly important for me in my life.
Like and Andy, I've never heard you on religion.
Oh, me on religion?
Are you a religious person?
When I was super religious until I was about 18 years old. And like, I'm talking about church every Sunday, praying every night. I played Jesus in the Stations of the Cross 3 years in a row. But like from around, I would say 14 years old, I was praying because my grandma died of cancer, right? Or was dying of cancer. So I prayed every night, God, please heal her, blah, blah, blah. And then after a few months, she died. And that was my first, like, why am I praying? Like, is there a point to this? Is there a point? And then I started having, atheist thoughts. Like, okay, I can't prove anything in the Bible. It sounds, like bullshit to me. And no disrespect, by the way, though it did fucking control me in a way from 14 to 18 out of just fear. It wasn't like I believed for the sake of believing. It was, if I have this thought, I'm going to be in hell and I'm going to burn and all this stuff. And when I was trying to logically think about it, I'm like, it's not proven. There's no, I saw someone in the chat go, oh, you can prove God, which I don't know how you can, but I was just like, why am I living in fear right now? And then when I joined YouTube, I started watching a bunch of people like Amazing Atheists and a bunch of atheist YouTubers who were explaining it like in a scientific way, how he can't exist and like the problems with certain religions. And then that's when I was like, you know what? I'm atheist. I can't do this. I can't. And it's no like, I hate when people say, oh, you should attack religion or attack people who believe in religion. However, with that being said, there are a lot of people who I see who are religious, but use it in a negative way, which is why I won't say I'm anti-theist, but I will question people on why they believe. Because I think it's just, I don't know. I just think it's something like if you believe in the universe and spirituality and being good will bring back a karma or something like that, like more of like a Buddhist sense, I can sort of understand because like meditating and all that stuff. However, for a deity to actually be there and looking down and controlling or everything happens for a reason, that's something I can't buy because there are a lot of things that happen that I don't really see a reason for happening, so yeah, that's my point of view. And then there's some religions where I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, that's just like, I think we all know what I'm talking about, but I can be arrested if I talk
the Jewish religion. Someone clip that.
Oh no!
Andy talking about the Jews.
Throw him in jail.
Actually, real funny that you bring this up. Did you see AIU's video on Bunty?
I didn't.
No,
so Atheism is Unstoppable just made a video about Bunty. Bunty was on a stream talking to an ex Jewish person. And he was saying, I think we should go back to religion. and AIU fucking trashed him for 20 minutes. And his like reasoning for going back to religion was, you know, there's good stuff in there, like don't kill people or whatever. And AIU took the piss on that. So that was very interesting. And I'm Bunty's friend, so it's hard to watch. But
I just think the whole atheism debate is kind of like water under the bridge at this point. Like it was really, really popular, 6 years ago on YouTube when that was really the most important thing to talk about, and it was new and exciting and interesting. But I think that the people who are of a mind to criticize that kind of thing and who are you know, capable of understanding those arguments, they're talking about things that are just more pressing issues, right? You know, whether or not you go to church is kind of, it doesn't matter to so many people right now. I mean, going to church matters for a lot of people, but it's not like the biggest issue in society right now for most people. And so I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the people who used to make a lot of videos about atheism and topics like that are now moving on to topics like politics and you know, race and things like that. And you're seeing that shift in a lot of content creators, I think.
Do you think
from more like SJW videos?
It may be like, what I'm thinking about is that based on the actual topic of religion and that it's pointless to attack religion, or is it that it's been talked about like so much? Like, for example, James Allsup, you made a video, I would say about 4 months ago. It was the first time I ever heard of you, where you were talking about or skeptics rather, and how the genre was dying. I think you showed some social blades in the drop and on the time, and you complimented me on that video, which thank you very much. But you did say something along the lines of how much, you know, how much juice is in this to actually keep going. And so do you think it's actually a religion as a debate about religion, or is it just it ran out of mileage?
I think it ran out of mileage, definitely. I mean, because, dude, theology's been debated for thousands of years. So, like, I'm not trying to say that theology is like a settled topic and everybody's come to an agreement on it, but it's like you can only make and watch and enjoy so many videos about why God isn't real, or why God is real, or why the Bible is dumb, or why the Bible is awesome. After a while, people just get burned out. And we saw the whole feminism thing really come to a head in late 2013, 2014, and then early 2015. And now that's kind of subsiding and not being talked about as much anymore. And yeah, in that video, I gave credit to you and a couple other people for having the ability to move on and to know when to stop beating the dead horse. And there are some channels that got really big with talking about feminism and SJWs and stuff that have kind of reached stagnation because that topic doesn't have a lot of mileage left. It doesn't have a lot of people know SJWs suck. People know, oh, imagine my shock, a 300-pound blue-haired Tumblr girl is stupid. Okay, great. I don't need to watch a 100th video about it. I get it. And so the people who are now succeeding tend to be the people who are moving with the public consciousness, right? Because now people, the American people, Canadian people, I would say people across the Western world, are now thinking of these issues. They're thinking about, hey, is it a good thing that mass migration is happening? Is it a good thing that these shifts are happening? Is it a good thing that our country is fundamentally changing demographically? And that's what's on the public's mind. And people want to get opinions and hear takes about those issues. So the people who are really succeeding now are the people who are offering perspectives and talking about those issues and hosting debates. I mean, there's a reason why your channel had like 15,000 people watching a stream between Sargon and Richard Spencer, because they're two people who are having this debate. I would be willing to wager that even if you had three of the biggest YouTube atheists all do a stream together, it wouldn't crack 3,000 or 4,000 people, because it's just it's already been talked about so much.
Yeah, I want to say about from the Christian perspective that I don't think I'm annoyed too with like the super strict Christian people that like shove their beliefs down your throat. I think that's fucking annoying. So I just wanted to be clear on that. I'm not someone like that. It's my personal belief, but I don't believe it's my place to tell other people what they need to believe or what they need to do. And the by the book people too are just, the Bible thumpers are so annoying. You know, people arguing, oh, was the world created in 7 days or 3 millennia? You know, I don't fucking care. You know, my belief is that an all-powerful God that can create everything doesn't care about small, stupid details like that. Like it really does not matter. So for me, like people keep saying like, oh, how do you prove it? How do you prove? It's like, it's a personal relationship that I have with God. So I've been convinced of it. So like that's all that matters. Like I don't need to convince Andy or James or anybody because it's not about you guys. It's just about me. And people have their own, you know, methods. Some people like to meditate. Some people like to do different things to calm them or keep them centered. So yeah, I just want to be clear that not all Christians are like people that shove things down your throat and are super cringy about it. Like I can hang out with any sort of type of person, and I'm not going to shove my beliefs down their throat.
I like the parallel that James has been doing between the fall of skepticism and the atheist sense on YouTube, and then the fall of anti-SJW and anti-feminist videos. And I believe that the alt-right has something to learn from this. I think that what happened there is that these people, for example, Richard Dawkins, started the whole militant atheist movement, the modern version of it at least, and they didn't offer a moral counterpoint. It's like, okay, we want to strip the society of religion, but Richard Dawkins did not offer something to replace the values that he was stripping society of. And I would say the same thing of anti-feminist. Anti-feminists have been bashing the feminists, but they've not been offering something in exchange, a positive political statement. And I think that's where the alt-right succeeds, where these two movements have failed. The alt-right offers an alternative.
Yeah.
And the things that the alt-right's talking about aren't going. Sorry, Andy. The things the alt-right's talking about aren't going away either. Like, these shifts, they're happening, right? It's not like someday it's just gonna come back and turn around. Like, you know, feminists stopped being enabled by the media so much, and they kind of went away. And they're still there, but they're not as prevalent. Demographic shifts are going to happen. These changes are on their way unless something can be done to counter them, and people will only be thinking about them more and more and more. So I think the market is there and going to continue increasing for people who talk about issues like demographics, and for people who entertain the debate on these topics like your channel does, Andy.
But I was thinking about this the other day, and what if, like, for example, everyone just stopped doing anti-SJW videos? Do you think that if everyone stopped that, do you think that SJWs would start rising again? Or do you think it's done and that's it? Or do you think every now and then people should come out and just make a video just to remind them and then stop?
I think the mainstream SJW shit is pretty much dead, in my opinion. But I think you know, everyone needs to be nuanced and like James said, move on with sort of the collective consciousness of where things are going. And so I think the mainstream SJW term, those people are dead as a doornail. You know, the Anidia Sarkeesian or whatever. I don't even know their fucking names. But now you see new things coming out that remind me of the SJWs, and maybe it's not like this whole, like, the hashtag Me Too movement and like things like that go too far, where in the beginning, yeah, it's good to expose, you know, sexual harassment and things like that, but you see movements like the Me Too where it goes so far, and you have like 10 billion people saying, oh yeah, me too, a guy, you know, looked at me the wrong way during work. Well, like, he needs to be exiled from society. Like, you know, so that's sort of, to me, the new SJW. So I think we need to be nuanced and just look for people that are just being like so over, you know, reacting about this sort of stuff.
Well, yeah, the Me Too movement fucked up like recently. But like the Aziz Ansari thing that just came out. She releases a story, hashtag Me Too. Turns out she sucked his dick twice in one night. And now she's, like, I was molested. I'm like, okay, this Me Too movement is dead. You just made every actual victim look ridiculous when they're doing hashtag
dick ain't gonna suck itself. I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, unless you got like some chains on her or something, that ain't gonna do itself.
If you come back, it's not rape.
Twice.
Oh no. JF is getting in a lot of trouble today.
Your hot takes are going to get you in trouble here.
I'm totally willing to stand by this statement in the first degree. I mean, if someone is in a relationship and consensually comes back, to me, that's evidence of consent.
Oh, for sure. Well, one of the recent ones that I thought was, I I believe, yeah, Aziz, and then there's like a James Franco one where he's denying that. I mean, there's just so many. It's like the floodgates, and of course, many of them are real, and there are some sick people. But there was this one I read. It was David Blaine, and it was talking about this. And this girl said, David Blaine raped me, and I was like, oh no, that's awful. And so I read the story, and then and she goes chronologically through the story, and she's like, David Blaine invited me back to his hotel room after his show, and I said yes. And then David Blaine offered me a drink, and I said yes. And then David Blaine turned off the lights and asked me to come in bed with him, and I said yes. And then we had sex, and I said yes. And then the next morning, I woke up and I felt ashamed, and I don't even know what he did to me, and I was raped. And I'm like, dude, you're in a fucking celebrity's room. You said yes. You're saying yes to drinks. You're saying yes to staying in the bed with him. What the fuck do you think is going on? I mean, these girls are acting stupid. Like, obviously, yeah, and she even admitted that she consented, but you can't just have consensual sex with someone and then regret it and be like, oh, I was drunk, he raped me. Like, it just doesn't work like that. And I think these types of things are actually scaring men of the new Generation Z. You know, I hear from a lot of young guys, they're like, dude, I'm afraid to even date a girl because I'm going to get accused of rape, and just for asking her out or something like that, or they're going to get accused of sexual harassment. And I think people need to chill out about this issue. Of course, take actual rape and actual like harassing people like maliciously, take that seriously. But like, I would like to see our country and all the countries, you know, get back to like being able to date people and go ask a girl out who you think is cute at the bar and like have healthy relationships. Like, and I think, you know, guys and girls have both been guilty of bad behavior with dating, but I think the dating scene is at an all-time low for decades probably.
It's impressive to see where society is headed on this, because there's these news stories that come out in newspaper and you read the details and there is no abuse, there is no rape, and yet they present it as if it was a case of sexual abuse. This is very worrying, and to me there's a double standard. On the one hand, we are denormalizing heterosexual sex. On the other hand, the left is all enthusiastic about all sorts of weird and quirky stuff, and suddenly when you talk about having big black dildos up your ass, now you're open. But if you're just a guy wanting to fuck a woman and she says yes and you do it, then there's all sorts of hidden things that happen, and then they attribute you intense, and then they look at your age and, oh, she's young. This is all a denormalization of normal heterosexual sex and a normalization of everything else. It's as if these people wanted to drive your sperm away as far away as possible from baby making.
Yeah, isn't it strange now that like if you're a guy who goes out with a girl and you go on a date and you take her back to your place and you go to your room, the people on the left and a lot of these feminists seem to have the expectation that she's gonna sign a contract, say yes I consent every 30 seconds. It's like, dude, have these people ever gone on a date with a girl? Like, that's not what happens. Like, you go back, things happen naturally. And dude, if you were to go and ask her, like, do I have your consent to kiss you? She'd be like, well, you did, but not now because you're a fucking weirdo. That's how that actually would go down. They have this. I
actually keep contracts like right under my pillow, and then just like right as I'm about to stick it in, I just slip one out, and I got the pen right there, ready to go.
Dude, you almost have to now. There's a new app. I saw there's a new app. I don't know if it's real, but there's a new app where you can like send them a request with a phone number for consent. Is that real?
Oh, no, that's real. This was actually mandated by some universities. They ended up scrapping it because people protested it. But yeah, no, there was a mandatory like app for like, I think it might have been UCLA or something. And like you had to like on the app be like, do you consent? And then they had to be like, yes, I consent. And then the app was like, wait, have you been drinking? And you have to be like, yes or no. And like, it's just fucking crazy to get the government in between like our sexual relations, and like it's just weird, man. I understand bad things happen and they will always happen, and that fucking sucks. But I think the majority of guys like just want to have like a regular relationship. There's nothing weird going on there.
My dick would be soft after that process. Like I'm ready to fuck, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna jerk off. If that's
come on, Andy. You can do a little recording, a little audio recording. You just open the recorder and you're like, hello, do you consent? What is your name? What is your age?
Can you imagine her like be like, hey, can I get your Wi-Fi password? And like type it in. It's like, oh, sorry, wrong Wi-Fi password. Like trying to log in. You're sitting there like, come on, let's go. Like that would be miserable. I would hate that. But that's like where normal people have to go there now. Normal people have to be worried about that. But if you want to walk down the street with like 8-year-olds dressed up as drag queens, waving your dick around at them, like that's normal. That's cool. That's okay. And that's totally normal. But now, for a normal guy and a normal girl to have a relationship, it's like a legal, like contractual obligation.
Well, that goes back to the media. I mean, look at what the media is pushing, and they literally, like you said, why is it normal for, someone who's trans waving a rainbow dick, dick slapping everyone, oh, that's so cute. Like I feel bad. There's like some 6-year-old they're like putting him in drag queen dresses, and he's like this little
Lactatia.
Yeah, Lactatia. Like that is child abuse, man. That is fucking disgusting. But you have to look at the root cause. Why is this This is not an organic happening. This is happening because of the media. This is happening because of the cultural Marxist media, and we all know who runs the media, right? Maybe I don't know if I can name them here, but the point is, that's the Mormons control the media, exactly. But I think it just becomes more and more evident how JF was saying earlier, like, why should you feel guilty if you're just like two white people who want to have a normal marriage, normal sex, and have kids? Like, why should you be shamed just to have like a normal relationship? And why is some like complete degenerate type activity celebrated? It's pushed to kids. They're giving kids hormones. I find that incredibly wrong. And I've said this before, like, whatever, if you want to do weird shit in your bedroom and you're like 18 plus, like, go fucking ahead. I don't fucking care. But as far as like pushing it to kids and then looking down on people who just want to have normal relationships, I find that insane. And I think it ties in with the immigration, because at the same time that they're pushing in all these people that will not assimilate with our culture, then they're telling people who are the foundations, the boulders of our country, that they can't reproduce in a normal and a healthy way.
Baked Alaska, do you believe that the elite that controls media is consciously engaging into an anti-natalist policy against Americans?
Yeah, I do believe that. I've seen, I used to work at BuzzFeed. They hate white people. They literally, when I was hired at BuzzFeed, they were like, oh shit, we have to hire another white male. Like, they were actually disappointed. And if you were to say that about any other race, you would be, in so much trouble. And I see the media just time and time again. It's like constantly, they hate white people, they hate males, they hate Christianity, they hate normal straight marriages. And so, yeah, I do think it is an attack on our country. BuzzFeed, for example, the owner, not a lot of people know this, the owner is Jonah Peretti. He's Jewish, and he's the brother of Chelsea Peretti, who is married to the Key and Peele guys. And he also co-founded the Huffington Post. So one other thing I like people to look into, and I'm not saying that there's some, I don't even know if some of these people are conscious of it. So I think some people maybe are sort of just dragged in and they think it's trendy, but there are some people at the top that don't like nationalists. They don't like our country being together because we are more powerful when we are together, and they attack us. But one thing I want people to notice is go look on Snapchat News, go look on these social Twitter moments or Apple News, and the majority of all these news sites are all left-wing sites. They're all pushing weird agendas, and most of them are owned by the same company. And this makes me sad because it actually tricks kids these days. So there's a group called Condé Nast, and they own GQ, they own Golf Digest, they own Wired, they own like 50 different brands that all look different. And I noticed in Snapchat News, like 80% of the stories are from Condé Nast. And so it's really troubling because kids these days might go there and they might be like, oh, I don't really like, you know, Wired. I don't like GQ, but let me check out, you know, this other website here. Surely Golf Digest wouldn't have some weird bias, but in fact they do. And there's only a couple of these groups and they control so many media companies. It's just disgusting. So I think like at least people need to be more aware that a lot of their media is literally coming from the same source, only a couple companies.
If I could jump in and just present another a thing to think about too. If you're suspicious of some kind of media agenda, if you're suspicious of some kind of media agenda to drive down birth rates in European countries and the United States and the West more broadly, ask yourself this: why are there so many articles telling people in publications like The Guardian or the New York Times or Washington Post, so many articles saying that, you know, overpopulation is a concern. We need to cut down on overpopulation. We have too many people in the world. We have too many people. They're consuming too many resources. So you need to stop having kids in your Western European country, in your European country, in America. Stop having kids. That same publication at the same time will run an article that says, here's why we need more immigrants from the third world to replace the native population, to work and pay for Social Security, to pay for social programs, because our population's aging, we need to replace them. Wouldn't it be intuitive to say, hey, let's just have our own kids so they can replace us and they can be the workers? Why is it that these media elites, these rootless, transnational, cosmopolitan media elites are telling Americans that we need to stop having kids and at the same time open the borders? Think about that question and go check out some of the articles, and you'll be really enlightened, I think.
All right, James, you're being way too polite, so I'm going to do the Alex John thing here. You want to know what the globalist future looks like? A boot stomping onto your face constantly.
Oh, have you seen, I saw two recent articles. One was for ladies, you must have sex with 25 men before starting a real relationship. Here's why.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then there was one, why you should, okay, I don't know if this was a parody because it seemed like a parody, but I was trying to look into it and I'm like, this looks pretty real, about why parents should buy sex toys for their kids so they're not like ashamed about masturbating. That's real. I was like, whoa, what? Okay, it's real. Okay, see, like here's the thing is I don't even know what's real or parody anymore. That's how fucked up it is. And I'm like, what? It's fucking insane, man.
Well, I saw an article kind of in the same vein on the Snapchat news. It was like, why cheating on your spouse really isn't that bad. And like, same thing. I thought it was like The Onion. I thought it was like a parody, and it was a real article from like GQ. And it fucking makes me sad, dude. It just like kids will read that, and you know when you're a kid, you just take things as fact. You don't think like, oh, this could be fake news or this could be something completely insane by some like fucking purple-haired, you know, what unicorn. So I don't know. It just makes me sad, man. And I think the media companies owe the population. They should have a responsibility, and that's why, you know, before, you know, we're talking about social media and censorship. That's why I think there should be some sort of accountability, like, you know, maybe not total control, but some sort of accountability, because it's just absolutely out of control with the things that they influence our youth with.
It's a big South Park episode. Someone just said,
pretty much.
How do you think a South Park creators feel? It's just like, yep, I don't know what's real anymore. Jesus, it feels like it's a script, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Do you guys want to wrap it up with final thoughts now, and then JF and I will do the post show? Yeah,
sounds good, dude.
Awesome. All right, Baked, if you want to wrap up with your final thoughts about what we talked about.
All right, yeah. Well, thank you guys for having me on. This was actually really fun. Time flew by. I didn't even notice time was up. But yeah, I appreciate you giving me a platform and you guys just listening to me, letting me talk, not judging me or making me feel weird, but still asking me the hard questions and all that. So if you guys don't know me, I believe my YouTube channel is in the description below. You can subscribe to me there. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I just want to see people have fun this year, create more memes, you know, all in fun. And I really want free speech to come back for real. I want people to be able to talk to each other, even if they hate each other or disagree with each other, because I think that's the only way we can really move forward. If we just like both sides just like hate each other, and the only time we see each other is like on the battlefield, you know, Antifa type, Charlottesville type things, you know, I don't think that's going to solve anything. I think we just need to, you know, throw our ego out the window and have real conversations. And I think it actually is happening slowly, but I think we're going to really see it big time this year. So thanks so much, guys, for having me on, and hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It was great.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
All right, take care.
Peace. And James.
Yeah, well, thanks again for having me on. I like I said, we talked earlier in email, and I really like what's going on with this channel. I think this is something that's needed to happen for a while, and I think it'll only continue to happen more. These type of discussions and streams and really debating the issues. That's what has been lacking for so long. It's been anyone who is, you know, alt-right or a nationalist or anything else is cordoned off and is told they can't interact with people, they don't deserve a platform, they can't talk to people. And I think people got sick of that. They wanted to ask, okay, what do these guys believe? What are they saying? And let's actually have the debate. Because if they're wrong, then their arguments will show it. But if they're right, then maybe there's some truth there and stuff that I should look into. So, no, I think the debate series has been awesome, and I look forward to it. And we got to set that up with me and Mike Enoch, because I think that would be fantastic and fun. But yeah, no, it's great. And for 2018, I think that we are going to see a lot more stuff like this. And as long as the debate keeps happening, we'll be moving in the right direction. And I think that the internet censorship is probably going to get worse. To, you know, tie it back together here, I think the social media censorship, etc., will keep cracking down. And that's why it's going to be important to have alternatives and to build alternative platforms and to, you know, move in a direction that we're going to be resilient and be able to respond to that. So, yeah, no, I really appreciated this. Thanks for having me.
Is there a point of disagreement between you and Mike Enoch?
I don't know exactly where that would be. I think, you know, obviously stylistically we're very different. Obviously we have very different tone and different way of saying things. I don't know. You'd have to find something that I could say, like a specific policy position, then I could agree or disagree with it. But I think that he did very well in his debate. So that would be a good time. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Andy, JF, really do appreciate it. And I'd love to be back at some point.
Thanks for coming. It was awesome. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, James. Well, that was great. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, that was much more relaxed. You know, I was emotionally triggered in many of our past streams, and now it was just a chill discussion. Finally.
Yeah, no, that was great, dude. I really enjoyed that, and people in the chat seem to enjoy that. Let's pop into some super chats. Are you ready for this shit? All right, perfect. I'm gonna grab some more water and take a quick piss. But that was fucking fun.
Show some to me.
Yeah, that was fucking fun. I had a blast there. All right, I'll be back in 1 second.
All right, so $5 US. I cannot pronunciate your name, dude. This is Russian stuff or something. I have a smoking hot Russian wife. I don't need porn. Ah, God. I'm so jealous. $20 Canadian fam. Warski, if you want to do e-blood sports, try getting Chapeau Trap the House versus alt-right. Skeptics and Destiny are low-hanging fruit for the alt-right and are just too dumb. That would be a very good recommendation. We'll try to get that person on. Paul K, $5 CA. Alaska, I sent you a super chat asking what your favorite genre of hentai was during your Spencer stream, and you didn't answer. I demand one now. Well, Baked Alaska is gone, so it seems that this is going to remain a mystery. Right-wing BDSM guy, $2 US. Throw Destiny in a stump grinder. That's pretty violent. Tom Morrison, $5 New Zealand dollar. Hey, Baked Alaska. Remember me? Much love from New Zealand. You the man, and you the man too, Andy. Keep up the streams. Get Kyle Kolinsky on. Yeah, that would be nice to have. Pop TV, $50 US. Thank you so much. Destiny looks like the kind of person who eats mac and cheese with ketchup. Oh, that would be disgusting. I've eaten some of the best mac and cheese you can have in North Carolina. Very high class mac and cheese with such advanced cheese taste. It was perfect. 6X, $2 US. Shout out to the Revenge of the Cis. All right. Mediator Media, $2 US. Thanks for having Todd on. Pacecraft, $2 US. Amos Yee is going to end up with a dick in his ass. I'm afraid that is what's happening. Bradley, we got your donation. Thank you. White Male, $2 US. Baked Alaska is based for supporting Japan. White Male, $10 US. It's really unfair that Baked Alaska got banned from Twitter while David Duke and Richard Spencer still have Twitter accounts. I think we addressed this tweet earlier. Dogtopia, £5. And I will need Andy to scroll.
Right. And I am perfectly on time. If
you Thank you for your donation, Dogtopia. Left no message, but thanks a lot.
All right, Dope Boy, $2. Baked hat was... what was it like working for BuzzFeed? He explained it pretty well. Jeez, I had no idea that's fucked. That they were talking about the assassination of Donald Trump at work. Like, just around the water cooler. How would you kill him? That's fucking stupid. Imagine at work talking about how you'd murder Obama.
I mean, when you think about it, it has to be the case because we've seen these things pop out on Twitter by leftist accounts. So it has to be the case that these people are so disinhibited that they talk about it on an everyday basis.
Do you think, you know how people have those videos, why I quit BuzzFeed? Do you think that they are not saying the full story of what's actually happening there?
Well, I think that these people are so brainwashed in the left that I don't think it's something to be reported. From their perspective, it's the real world. I mean, I've been working in universities, and you won't get these people fired and then reporting, this was a colluding bunch of leftists, because they don't realize that there is something else. They think that that's the world. So for them, it's the normal state of things. So no, I don't think they're hiding consciously, but I think they are so embedded into this universe that it's not even surprising for them.
That's fucking incredible. Okay. Cassie B, $5. Next debate, Andy versus his girlfriend on if he should be allowed to genocide. Hey, did Baked Alaska's beard eat JF's? And is Andy stroking his beard in jealousy? No, actually, I am going to be shaving soon, so I'm just doing my final, I'll miss you. Angry reacts only, please. 1488. TRS Paycock here. We must secure the existence of our people and the future for white children. Loved you on the Shoah race Warski. Is that what that is?
Yeah, the Shoah. The Shoah is the policy that led to the Holocaust of Jews in the World War II.
Fair enough. I was not part of that.
Fair enough on the Shoah.
Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah. Strike it quiet. And by the way, there were some people messaging in the chat, some females who want to battle Roosh V. I think I have enough people. So the ones who were messaging me, please email me andywarski@gmail or @replyme, and we'll get in touch. Again, the only stipulation is he wants to be a 1 versus 4 females, but you have to show yourself on webcam. Not nude, don't worry. Striker Quiet, $2. Trolling. I am being summoned. Or I am summoned.
I can't stop laughing at the.
I learned something
about
day.
I talked to you about the Holocaust of Jews in World War II, and your answer was fair enough.
No, but I meant fair enough. But I'm not down with that at all. 100%. Okay. I was on. By the way, I was on Mike Enoch's show today. And even they were like, "Ooh, I don't know if Andy's able to handle this right now." I was just like, "I'm gonna just say
you were
no
on the
comment."
What show? Which show?
Mike Enoch.
Oh yeah, I mean these people, they were also warning me. They were like, "Are you sure you're okay with us?" I was like, "Guys, I'm a libertarian. I'm coming here. I'm not responsible for what you state. I'm responsible for what I state."
I literally at one point I had to say no comment because I think one of his co-hosts was talking about why he thinks the Holocaust is not real, and I was just like in silence. Like,
oh really?
And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree because I don't. I mean, I think it was real, and also I'm pretty sure it's illegal if I were to say anything. And then I was like, all right, guys, to be fair here, I appreciate you saying what you think. However, I would have to hear this in debate format because, and then Mike was like, of course, this is very biased and we're very autistic with this stuff. So yeah, we'll do that some other time. They were just saying why they think what they think. And I was just like, like taking it in. It was too many black pills. And I'm like, no. Hey, look.
Oh my God, I'm going to watch this interview. Is it under a paywall?
I'm not. No, I think it's on their .biz site.
Cool. I'm gonna go watch this.
Yeah. I was very quiet for a long time on the second half because that's when they went on the Holocaust stuff, and I'm like, yeah, not down for this conversation. But it was fun. It was fun being on, and a lot of food for thought. And I'd like to hear them debate. I think that'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. So where am I? Sentient Scarecrow. Oh yeah, I read that one on the show. It was about the Discord being a little bit off the wall. I'm very sorry. Chris and I are going to be looking at that tomorrow. Very sorry. Otis Jackson Jr., $2. Was too late to meet JF last week and cried for days. White male.
In Ontario? You know, at that restaurant where we went?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
A white male, $2. Get Sam Hyde on to talk about SJW's censorship. I'm pretty sure I can message Baked Alaska and get in contact with Sam Hyde because apparently I'm the new Sam Hyde or something. That's what everyone keeps saying. Frog Night Glenn, $2. Where the fuck is Based Stickman? Maybe we'll have him on one time. Pop TV, $10. Hey, if you ever want an interesting person on here, check out Actual Justice Warrior. I've heard the name. I'll check it out. Thank you. Striker Quiet, $2. What do you do about the knee? Oh my God. Nice try.
The Negro problem?
No.
God. He tricked us into saying Negroes. Well, as a biologist, I was like, is there a problem with the growth of knees? I was actually interested. This troll really trolled me.
Yeah. Angry reacts through $2. Thank you. Edmund Ploppy, $5. All this political stuff is riveting, but can Baked Alaska answer the real question? Why is Lego Star Wars such a phenomenal game? I didn't ask him that. I apologize. Is it good? I've tried all those Lego games or a few of them, and I'm like, eh. Angry reacts.
The problem with Lego Star Wars is it looks like it's not a building game, and if there's anything I want to do with Lego is build something.
Yeah. I think it's just like an action, and when you hit things, they break. It's like meh. Angry reacts through another $2. Oh, by the way, if you like building games, play City Skylines. It's like you're like a mayor of a city and you have to build it. Which, by the way, me and some friends, we made a city and we put Hillary's tax plan and then we put Trump's tax plan and let it just simulate like on high speed. And Trump's tax plan actually made the city better and make money. And Hillary's fucking made us in debt. So that was pretty fucking funny, actually. Striker Quiet, $2. Baked Alaska, all these Nazis I left here keep talking. LM, $5. Delete this shit. This is an ultimatum for Baked Alaska. Angry reacts only. Please again, $5. Sticks needs to stop lying about Mike Enoch and the rest of the alt-right. You're better than this. Stay off 8chan. Come home. I'm not sure what he said about Mike Enoch or anything like that.
I'm not sure.
Gabriel Lopez, $20. Andy, your recent lives have been inspirational. I've picked up some books to learn more on Loki, the art. He's making fun of everything I fucking said. Loki, the Arstalt, like when I fucked that up. Pinot Jet was also an interesting historical figures. Shut up. If you want to read some more, by the way.
All right, where are we at?
Right
that was Gabriel Lopez. Okay, white male, $5 US. Gab is Twitter for adults who don't need a safe space. I challenge SJWs and commies to get on Gab and try to debate us. Eshak, Jamdar, $2 US. Jim got AIDS from Jade's cooking. Okay. Asia, the $5 US. Love the new format, Andy. Really interesting interviews and debates. JF, I'm glad you are hanging with Andy now and instead of those fat degenerates at DP. Well, I mean, we might have TJ Kirk on, and I would be happy to.
TJ.
Dope boy, $5 US. Holy shit, Andy, didn't you know you were on the Daily Show? Also, James and Baked, what are your opinions on Paul Joseph Watson? Always 28, 2 pounds. Cheers for keeping me warm this cold UK night. LM, $5 US. Immigration is about political control. On average, non-whites vote 75 to 90% Democrat, regardless of race. Importing Democrat voters is stupid if you are Republican. Striker Quiet, $2 US. Statue of Liberty, send us your garbage. Braving Room, $5 US. In my opinion, the most important thing Trump has done has been normalization of subjects that weren't discussed before. Chain migration, diversity, Lotto, wall. I love that you didn't call it mass migration, but you called it chain migration. Andrew McMillan, $2 US. Alaska, a Trump tattoo is like a Jar Jar tattoo. Laughing my ass off. Frictionator, $5 US. Trump, let's take some people from Syria, literally Hitler. Media loses their mind. Troy Fowler, $5 US. How much to get you in a dress, Andy? Not gay, though. I think it's a little gay. Total Spills, $10 Australian. Andy, unsubbed after the Rage After Storm stream, but you have come back with a vengeance. Keep it up, man. You know that way. Biologist JF is the man. Just stop V talking so much. I know that people hate V so much that they will super chat a few days later.
Yo, and even the same, he's been showing up on Kumite a lot lately, and it's just, why the fuck is this gypsy here? Like but he takes it like a fucking man, he doesn't care. He's like, I don't care.
I love you for that.
Yeah.
Ernie Croft, $5 US. She. Striker Quiet, $2 US. Beg the cock, bigot. To get $5 US. Didn't Taryn interview ContraPoints? Who's a raging authoritarian? Why doesn't she care about those dangerous ideas?
Because she only cares. She only cares about the ideas on the right being deplatformed. If it's the left, no matter how SJW it is, she's willing to engage. So I think she's being a hypocrite. And by the way, if you want to have a good debate with someone, plan it and then have it on her show and make her give all the fucking money to charity. I'm sure she'll be fine with that. All right, don't do that.
But I'm just saying. Reading?
Sure. Frenchinator 2, $2. Lick the balls and suck the weight.
The dick was cut.
Oh shit. Marco Rubio, $20. Thank you very much. Let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Barack Obama is undertaking a systemic effort to change his country. Wasn't he here yesterday?
This guy,
or
he did the same thing last time. This guy is trolling us, or is really living from the past. I don't know. This is so funny.
Cassie B, $2. Don't give up a single shekel. Adam Warstein, Sleeping Giant, 77, $2. All the money is going to lower Loomer's tires. Frenchinator 2, $2. Does her tire know about it, or her tire? C Hall, $20. Thank you very much. James Allsup, you showed the Canadian flag. Are you talking to the Cascadian pool party? Frenchinator 2, $2. Make debate white again. Strung up, $5. Naked Ape versus Destiny, do it. Anderson Paladin, $2. JF wants to rape and gas anime. Dave on duty, $2. Fantastic show. Thank you, Andy and JF. No problem, and thank you. Irish Bengal, £10. Thank you very much. Cassie B, $2. James, Catholic is best religion. Also free BJs. Thank you for that, Cassie.
Free blowjob in the Catholic religion? I was not aware.
I guess for children only.
Oh.
God. Fastest Stampede, $2. And you could, oh God, Logic Clan and Dusty, thank you very much. LM, $5. JF, watch the Murdoch episode, The Cruel Fate of Kekistan. Have you seen that?
No.
It's pretty funny.
I came out against Murdoch while you were going to drink, and the chat went absolutely insane. They were like, ooh, how can JF give up Murdoch? I disavow JF.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Shit. Did I just... Yeah, it's right over... Fuck. Here it is. Jared Vance, $5. McCarthy found the problem. Oh, God. Jeff, you want to take this one so there's not more clips of me fucking up this word?
McCarthy found the problem. Pinochet found the solution.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was just making sure that you can say it properly. Always 28, £5. To covet your neighbor's ox is not immoral. If so, you need to throw out a basic human drive to improve oneself. A contrary, $5. James, you should have a stream with Sargon. He said he wanted to talk on a stream with Uzulu. Frenchinator 2, $2. We must join the Jews or else you're evil. LM, $2. Christopher Hitchens and Sam Harris. Ragnarok Alvert, $2. Hashtag all hail Blue Whale. Hashtag Krill be on to his name. And hashtag Fright Power. Hitler did nothing wrong, $2. Heather Hayer Landwell Lampshades, only $14.88. Jesus Christ. Frenchinator... Fuck, man. Frenchinator 2, $10. Thank you, man. Why do some Jews hold on to the cut part of your dick thing? I just think of so many things that could have been changed because of the shift is social morals. A screw loose, $20. Thank you very much. We must secure the existence of our people for the future of our white children. Okay. You all love those 14 words, don't you? A dinosaur head, $5. Where do you draw the line with censorship, snuff films, CP? Also, do you think a late stage pregnancy porn should be considered CP?
That's a tough one. Like, what if the baby is like popping out?
Oh, yeah, and he's fucking her in the ass. Oof, I don't know, man. Yeah. That's a line I don't feel like fucking crossing right now. We might need a whole fucking screen for that. Jesus, you guys. Hitler did nothing wrong. $2. Aziz should kill that bitch. Oh my God. A Johos Rock, $10. Bact is taking/making the neo-charismatic argument and approach to Christianity, which is more effective than the moralizing approach atheism countered. Love what you're doing, Adam and JF. You're welcome. Malcolm, or thank you, rather. I thought you said thank you for a second. Malcolm from the North. What's up, buddy? $5. David Blaine made the dick disappear in that cooch. Master magician. Aziz worked magic of his own. Great show, Andy. Cheers to all the guests tonight. It was a great lineup. Do you want to keep reading for a sec?
Yeah, Ragnat Upfert, $2 US. Andy says soft dick. JF says, oh, come on, Andy. Lol. Michael Moonson, 200 knock. Please turn your flag the right way. It's very distracting. That was an inverted camera that Beck Taraska had. A problematic white knight, $5 US. JF, how accurate is microchimerism? Andy, it's where a guy nuts inside a girl and changes her DNA slightly. Yeah, I mean, accurate. Microchimerism is not accurate. It's just the fact that there are pieces of your body that do not have your genome. How often does it happen? I have no idea. Sigurd Halderson, $5 US. Is Nick Fuentes just an autistic spurg, or is he enlightened Nas boy that us mortals are incapable of understanding? Nick Fuentes is a very interesting guy. I think we should have him on. A screw loose, $5 US. Thanks for the donation. Contrary, $2 US. The neocons, libs, are corporate commies, fascist. A scanner, daftly, $5 US. Gas from juice. Hitler did nothing wrong, $2 US. Radical agenda with Chris Cantwell. All right. Veteran Gaming, $2 US. Terran Mayer was on Kraut's Discord server. All right. If Andy can scroll.
Oh, yep. I don't think she was.
I don't know. So Hitler did nothing wrong. $2 US. I wish Heather was alive. I will not read the rest because it's a thread. A bald guy creation. $2 US. A Styx 666 / Adam Reswarski 10.2 plushie sex toy. That sounds like it would sell. Julian B, $20 Canadian. Check your email, Andy. Contrary, $2 US. Get that guy T on. Sure, we would. Non-partisan
I spoke to
media.
him already, actually. Yeah, he's a black nationalist, so I think having the other side would be good, man.
Cool. $5 Australian. Andy, I am sorry, love you, but I have to expose you as alt-right. We have to stop the rising of Andy, Adam, Ray Swarsky before it's too late. Lol. Striker Quiet, $10 US. Alright, JF understands N-word is Latin for black. Tip for the return troll. Good show, guys. Andy, don't forget to check contacts, please.
I will, Striker. He says he's from the entertainment industry and can put in and can explain a lot of what happens behind the scenes. So I told him to email me. Thank you very much, Striker.
Cool. K Crow, $2 US. Todd sounds like his hymen is still fully intact. That was from days ago. K Crow, $2 US. Again, the same message. Ernie Crow, $5 US. We need Destiny on to discuss the morality of late pregnancy porn. Yeah, I would say that he has an intellectual authority on the subject. Can you scroll, Andy?
I think, is that it there?
We are at the end.
Let me just do
yeah.
that. There we
So
go.
yeah, right, $2 US. Mention Pascal's wager next time talking about God. Well, yeah, Pascal wagers is to say, I should believe in God because if there's a God and I don't believe in him, he's gonna punish me and it's gonna be grave for my life. If there's no God and I falsely believe in a God, I have nothing to risk and I'm just going to have fooled myself into a belief that will not matter that much in the end. That is Pascal's wager. I don't think it's a pretty good wager. It leads you to believe all sorts of things that aren't true just because they are risky. It's a philosophical, rational justification for paranoia.
And one last one from Total Spills, $2 and not quite the end yet. Thank you guys very much. Honestly, like I just want to say, like, honestly, guys, you guys have helped us out so much. And tomorrow is the day I'm speaking with Chris about, like, we got some good, awesome things for the background here. They're on order right now, and it's fucking really cool, man. I'm very pumped for that. Also, I'm talking with a few people right now, and we will be doing in a few shows a OBS layout. So what we're going to do is have it still on Hangouts, but I'm going to capture it and put a window, and we're going to have more of a display on the show. Maybe like have an intro with some music that will let people pile in before the show actually starts so no one misses it and it can be all notified. So we're going to be working on that tomorrow. And honestly, like, you guys have fucking been amazing. Like, I can't, like, stress this enough. Yeah, man. Like, I'm blown away from the support, the viewers. Even if you can't donate, by the way, I'm talking about just like the viewership in general. You guys are fucking awesome. And F and I have a bunch of cool plans for the future, and we will try and notify you guys a lot earlier on shows. It's just right now we're scheduling everything, and it's a lot to take in, AJF, like, because it happened like fucking that, like in 1 week, and we're like, all right, everyone get your gears in order. It's been fucking a rush and fun. And by the way, if you're a YouTuber who wants to debate someone on the show, fucking throw me an email, throw JF an email. Like, let's talk about it. If you have a good idea about something, just let us know and we'll talk about it. Putting us on blast makes us not want to put you on the show. 'Cause it just seems like you're being desperate or like an asshole or something, you know? Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm working on my setup. As you've seen, I've bought a little background. It's a map. I haven't watched what it's a map of yet. so I don't know which country it is. But anyways, the goal, and I also got a new camera and some new lighting, and I'm gonna receive some new audio stuff. So this was all allowed by you guys' generosity, and you guys and how generous you are changing the way we do things here. And as long as you'll be, we can keep doing this awesome show.
Yeah, man, and people have fun being on, and Mike Enoch was saying on his show actually today. He's like, dude, that was fucking fun, man. He's like, I want to go back on. He also wants to hop on and just shoot the shit, like do one of these streams. I think our big debates, we'll set them up and we'll plan them and we'll promote them, and then once in a while have a stream where it's just more chill with some people interviewing and talking. Doesn't have to always be heated, and then that will keep people's fucking thirst for internet blood sports always there. Oh, and by the way, has he messaged you, Vegan Gains?
No.
He DM'd me the other day, and then I'm like, hey man, are you ready today? No. Tomorrow? Hey, just fucking DM me with any fucking day, because you say you can kill fucking Vegan Gains, metaphorically, of course, not murder. Just have to make that very clear. Yeah. So I'm trying to set that one up for sure, man.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah,
I have the best argument against veganism ever devised. I've worked years. I've polished it. I'm ready to drop it on the public space.
Oh, I'm very excited. And the girls who want to be first Roosh V, email andyworski@gmail, and we'll talk. I'm going to speak to Roosh tomorrow and go, all right, you have your 4-on-1. You ready for this? So I hope you ladies are ready and plan your, ahead of time, because that's going to be a fucking bloodbath. You want to see some internet blood sports? Oof. Mwah. Anyway, everyone, again, thank you for the support. Anything you want to end on, dude?
I'm good. Love to everyone on the chat. Thanks for being here.
Just real fast. Mr. Thundero, $2. Still not the end. Thank you. Hitler did nothing wrong. $5. JF, please read. Do you want to read that line right there?
I don't see the sentence.
Yeah, fuck me. I'm an idiot. All right, here we go.
Okay, so the sentence is, what they want to do is ram their radical agenda down your throat.
And then we got Pop TV, $5. Just so you have to read more. Good night. Thank you for adding the stutter in there, so it sounded like I fucked up. Frederick White, $20. Thank you. You are based as fuck, Race Warski, and thank you very much. And Melting Point YT, $5. Great job, guys. Keep it up. Oh, and just real fast. You know what he was talking? Baked Lasco was talking about. I'm not one of those religious dudes who will shove my religion down your throat. Do you know how much I held in the joke? Oh, but the priests will. I was like vibrating, like, don't say it, Andy. Just don't say it. So fucking jokes. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Stay tuned on my Twitter or JF's Twitter for future shows.
Bye-bye.